stop applying to jobs. So this one is kind of wild, right? And I will never go against you not grinding, improving, and making your money. So let me get down to what I mean by that. And there's definitely been a lot of buzz and people talking about applying to jobs and how hard it is, and basically how it's a waste of time, kind of. And that's what I want to give you the information on. And I would definitely love to hear your perspective on it, because if you're not applying yourself the right way when applying for these jobs, applying yourself and your resume, meaning that you have to be prepared to sell yourself big time to these companies. And just have an understanding that what you're going to get back isn't going to be a fraction of what you're worth or valued at, especially if you're not skilled and you have minimal or low education. Just understand um, that it's easy to apply, right? I'm currently on LinkedIn, and they have an easy apply method. So I've applied. I had to slow myself down. I'm pretty sure I got close to over 30 jobs, and I had to apply what I'm sharing with you now, and especially now what I've learned, and I'm going to tell you about. It's easy to apply to these jobs. So I don't want you to just apply to 1,000 plus jobs just because the ease of it. And the companies, right, especially like higher ups, they, how can I put this? You have those people in the company that really buy in, and they act as if it's their company, and they're all about keeping money for themselves. I know my brother would tell me all the time how companies create churn, meaning like they find ways to let go of people, so they can bring in new people. And ideally, the new people that they bring in, they have more skills, right? In a perfect world for them, or most of the time, they have more skills, if not the same skills, but they're able to pay the new employees less because they're new, as opposed to the veterans or the OGs. They're smart. They got some skin in the game. They want more money. They're requesting more money. Companies don't want to hear that, so it's easier for them to find an excuse to let them go, bring in new people to pay less. All right. So let me get on track with why does that matter? Why am I telling you that, right? And that's because they want to keep money in their own pockets, right? I'm in a system to where uh, the team leaders and above are able to bonus, right? They make a bonus. They're able to make extra commissions, but I'm not. The people, at like an agent level or below are not able to. So you have a lot of stuff like that that's going on to where they're literally keeping money in their own pockets, and they don't want to see you really be there. You're just kind of a pawn. So don't apply somewhere to where you're literally just a pawn in their game. Um, and as far as people taking their jobs too serious, I won't say the name of the place that I was at, right? But I'm going to tell you a quick story. So I'm at this restaurant. It's a franchise chain restaurant. They pride themselves on service, right? So to make a uh, I don't want to make the long story too short, but my daughter, they forgot her two-piece chicken strip, right? And I reported it on the app, and I said, okay, you know what? They forgot this. They said, no problem. Come back, we'll replace it. But with a small caveat. They gave me an expiration date of like a week or so, a couple weeks. Um, and I didn't end up going back at that time. When I did go back at the time, I explained to the person who I confirmed my online order with. They said, okay, you just got to speak to basically the manager. I didn't know at the time, but he was even speaking with the manager over the headset, but she was not trying to hear it. So fast forward, I get to the window, start getting my food. I ask, is my chicken in there that was forgotten last time? They acting like they don't know what's going on. I'm like, I'm the guy that was in the line. I know he was talking to you, right? I know he was talking to you. And they was kind of stuck on silly mode. Then she finally comes out. I'm like, oh, you're the person that he was talking to right about it? She's like, yeah. So she gets to hounding me about the receipt and wanting to see it. So I'm like, okay, so y'all not gonna just give me my chicken that y'all missed. You're gonna do all this, and basically with like an attitude face, like proceeded to be like, yeah, I need the receipt. I need to see it. So I'm like, okay, all this over the two piece. Fast forward, I ended up getting the proof, showing her on the phone. I explained everything to her, like, yeah, it was missed. I had reported it, but it expired already. All I just needed was the two-piece chicken that was for my daughter. So I go through all of it. I express how I was feeling, very calm, very calmly. Um, I ended up being right. Um, and I presented her that it was missed. And she was like, all right, and we'll just catch this. We're just only gonna give me my two chickens. Mind you, my whole shake and my order that I had just got, everything's cold. It just blew her top off that I requested for my food to be remade, please. At this point, she's furious because she took like almost 10 minutes. I don't know if that's literally to for me to prove all this instead of just giving me the two pieces of chicken. Mind you, we're at a franchise fast food place that prides themselves on great excellent service. I can only imagine the orders just getting stacked up in the drive-through. The drive-through alone is getting stacked up, right? While she's doing this petty back and forth over a two pieces of chicken strips for my daughter that they missed originally and are solely only going to replace just those two pieces of chicken, nothing more, nothing less. No gas, no time, none of that, right? I'll try not to get too deep in on that, but that's really something that irks me. I might do a whole different video on that. But all right, back to the story, right? So just to replace that, once she realizes that and that okay, now I want my food fresh because I do like my fries have to be fresh. That's pivotal. So they proceed to try to tell me that okay, well you need to go park your car around the way. I'm like, no, you did all that extra stuff when all you had to do is give me the two pieces of chicken. I already feel some type of way because they only do it low key. They only be us or me as a black person, I see this in my own life. I have to go through these extra hoops, whereas other people don't have to, right? If they report, say, hey, y'all missed my chicken last time. Oh, okay, no problem. They get you the chicken. They don't be all this receipt and proof, proof, proof. It's like, why would I be doing all this over two pieces of chicken? But then once I do present it to you, now all of a sudden you want me to park and do all this extra stuff. No, I'm gonna stay right here, just like how you did all that extra stuff. I just want my food so I can go. I shouldn't be inconvenienced. I shouldn't have to be inconvenienced at all. But that's just the point of, or an example, and a quick story for you of how people just kind of take their jobs way too serious when it's not even that deep. Like you're not the owner of this place. I almost slipped up and said it, but it's not even that serious. It truly isn't. But there definitely is rumors, right, that these jobs and these companies are just basically resume farming. So what they're doing is they're just building up uh a stack of resumes, creating false jobs or maybe future jobs, getting ready for that churn that I described, right? And stacking up resumes. They're not ready to hire right now, but when they are ready, they're going to have your resume, my resume, and whoever else's resume who's interested in the job on standby. And in a perfect world for them, I guess, even if it's months later, maybe a year later, shoot, my mom just told me that a job called her back after a year offering her a position that she didn't even apply for. She has manager experience, so they called her, offering her a manager job, and she didn't even apply for a manager job over a year later. So I can easily believe, because there's research that's been done on this, that these jobs are basically just wasting people's time to get their resume, to just have it in their archives, to reach out whenever they're ready. The current job that you see and that you apply for them to get your information. was all just a strategic decoy. And it's been working because a lot of us we're seeking new jobs. We want better jobs. We need a job. We want to get off unemployment, right? And they're doing this is just really sad. Um, so definitely make a plan with your job and your career. If you're not somewhere that you're passionate about or somewhere that you know that you can move up, get some high earnings and high wages, especially if you don't have the education or the skills yet, definitely make sure that you're doing everything that you can to keep improving and that you just make a plan. Don't stay loyal like I was to any one job unless it's something that you know is in your field, connected with your passion and what you want to do long term. I can't stress that enough because I'm just so loyal, and it's still hurting me to leave my current situation and move on to the next chapter, um, because it's tough. I'm not gonna lie. I have to lose control, right? I have to let it go, and I have to put everything in God's hands. Um, I definitely, I don't push God onto anyone. Um, but if you're not a believer, I definitely would encourage you to learn about Him. And I'm having to put all my trust and all my faith and all my hope into Him, um, almost out of necessity right now, which is fine. Um, and it's just not easy. And I just want you to know that, and I just want to share that with you. I truly do. For most people, rejection really takes a big blow or hit to the confidence, right? To your confidence, possibly, if you're one of those people. I get it. I have gotten one of the basically you got rejected. You didn't get the job. Uh, email responses back, and I don't know what stings more, if it's them telling me that or if it's the wasting, like, me wasting my time going through the interview processes, or because one of the other things I know I want to talk to you about is when they just say, hey, we reviewed your resume. It's almost like, hey, I wanna answer back. But it's like, do I want to answer back? Because does the rejection hurt more than being stuck on, hey, we reviewed your resume and we probably just gonna leave it on standby, or see if you're one of the top 2% of top qualified people that apply for this position. Like, it's really nonsense if you think about it, and if it's true. Uh, like I said, it's been researched, but I don't know if enough research has been done for it to be factual about what these jobs are doing, just to house these resumes. It's messed up. Um, I'm nervous that the new position, or if this new position that I'll be taking, will be a good fit, just because I'm basically going to minimum wage. It's a risk. I'm trying to sell in hopes that I make commission. For so long, I've been so afraid of commission jobs, 100% commission based jobs. But it's like, with no risk, there'll be no reward. And you have to do something out of your comfort zone. You have to do a job, or the best path, especially with no education or no skill, is to do something that a lot of people aren't doing, um, or that's like one of the ugly jobs, so to speak. One of those, you got to get your hands dirty a little bit type of jobs. Like, nobody's like going out to seek this type of job, because you got to put in some work. I've learned that I just have to man up and put in some work, and this is just a pit stop in my journey, career wise. God willing, always going to be listening and following Him, and this is going to bring us closer together in our relationship as well. So I'm definitely happy and excited for that, for sure. Um, Stay encouraged. You're not alone. Like I said, stuck in that phase of, hey, we reviewed your application, or hey, we went on and moved on to somebody else. That's what I got in the position that I really was seeking out for or wanted. That's exactly what I got. So you're definitely not alone there. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good at all. I'm not gonna lie. But you just have to stay encouraged, keep moving forward, keep bettering yourself. Know that a lot of things happen for a reason. Um, I'm practicing currently right now networking again. I had slowed down just because I was getting some really good advice on just not saying anything or speaking, not don't speak until spoken to. Mindset is what I was doing again here. But what I'm gonna do is wherever I see possible, and in real life, right outside if I'm not working, which I'm doing a lot nowadays, is to network. You'd be surprised who you run into in real life, who's already where you're at, that can mentor you, that can help you further your career path, your journey, right, into landing a solid position. I feel like it's not what you know, it's who you know, especially given the situation. If you are not educated or skilled yet, um, that can be a great way for you to get your foot in the door for sure. Again, don't be afraid to put yourself out there to these non-attractive jobs, right? I would have never in a million years thought that I would be okay with working any type of 100% commission-based job, but I just know I have to hone in my skills, right? It's going to help me improve on skills on what I really want to do in life, for at least right now as a career. I'm going to have to put in the work. It's like you don't work, you don't eat, literally. Like I was telling my wife, I'm gonna talk to my mother about it. Um, I just really wish and hope that I can have it all the way confirmed from God. I kind of feel like it is based on like what's happening in life. I'm just kind of getting pushed that way, and then what I got is what I have right now. So I'm just really gonna go all in and embrace it and do my very best. But the pay difference is it's a little wild, but I'm all in on God. I'm all in on myself, my family, um, and just put your best foot forward at all times because you're still selling yourself at the end of the day, right? So until if you have dreams and hopes to work for yourself, or until you get to your passion, what you're passionate about, um, career wise, and you get to where you want to get to. If you're already there, congratulations. Definitely help your neighbor, your brother, how to get there. But just keep putting your best foot forward and do what you got to do um, to get to where you need to get to. Look at it as a pit stop. Don't take things so personal. It's taken me a long time to just understand that it's just strictly business. You have to fake it till you make it. You have to just do what you got to do um, to move up, to just be able to show that you're as irreplaceable as possible, even though everybody is replaceable, in my humble opinion. But you got to stop wasting your time applying to jobs that definitely are not don't have your best interests and are just trying to basically use you for your information. And like I said, I have you on standby. They're only going to take though that top 2% of people that are overqualified and see basically if they're going to be okay with getting underpaid so they can replace with that churn that they just got from their top dogs that they had to pay out, right? They're going to get somebody with even more qualifications and pay them less money. Just take a second to wrap your head around that, and definitely don't waste your time applying to jobs that aren't going to benefit you.